This is Making Slow Responses Seem Fast with stale-while-revalidate. I'm Scott Smirchak. I work at UDisc, the app for disc golfers, and we just launched UDisc.com, or a new version of it, all on Remix, and it's pretty amazing. So let's get into it. So stale-while-revalidate. This is something that, as we've been talking about levers that you can use to kind of make trade-offs, this is a really good one in cache control. And I think the best way to describe it is to just look at the RFC from May 2010, which was a while ago, but now it's starting to come around. So when present in an HTTP response, the stale-while-revalidate cache control extension indicates that caches may serve the response in which it appears after it becomes stale up to an indicated number of seconds. So what does that mean? How does that work? So we have a cache control header, and you need two pieces to use these levers, so max age and stale-while-revalidate. So with max age here, this is telling us that the response is considered fresh for 60 seconds. So anytime that a browser makes a new request for that, or your CDN receives a request, it will just return that response again because it's fresh. And then the stale-while-revalidate is telling you that after it becomes stale, for another 30 seconds, you can still return that same response, and it'll revalidate it. And so that's how we can return that response really quickly, even though it's stale. So then after that 90 seconds is over, it's now considered a miss, and we won't ever return that response. So let's look at this demo here. So if we look at this is running on Vercel, and it is going to be making requests, and we can visualize what's on the server, the next payload that it will send, what's in the CDN, and what's in the browser. So let's look at our first request is going to be a miss because we haven't populated anything into the CDN. So we get a butterfly, the CDN is going to cache that, the browser sees the butterfly, the server will send a CD next, hello Rachel, and we'll go from there. So let's make another one. This one's stale, so we're going to get the butterfly that was in the CDN, but the CDN is going to make that revalidation request, get the CD back. So the next time we make a request, we'll get that CD, and it'll keep revalidating. If we make it really quick, we'll get a hit, we'll get that lightning bolt, and we can keep doing this, stale, revalidate, and so on and so on. So let's go back. Okay, so can we use this? So let's look at the Remix targets. So things like Netlify, Vercel, Fastly, they have these CDNs built in. It's a great aspect of their service, and stale-while-revalidate is well supported. Cloudflare Pages and Workers don't have support for this. The CDN itself does have some basic support, so that's something to look forward in the future. But if you're using Fly.io, Express, or Architect, you're not going to have any support. You're going to roll your own, maybe bring Varnish or Nginx to add your own CDN. From a browser standpoint, they do have some support for this as recent as 2018, 2019. So modern browsers and some on mobile. It's not all there, and you don't get all the benefit of a CDN in that case, where it's only that user's browser that's caching it. So stale-while-revalidate is really best on the CDN. So let's look at what this looks like in Remix. All you have to do is use your loader. When you return JSON in your loader, you just add a headers object in the options and say cache control, max age, and stale-while-revalidate, whatever options you choose. Just a note here that smax age is for shared, so that tells only the CDN to cache this, not your browser. You can also cache the route itself, and in this case, you can use the loader headers to use the same cache control values that you already specified in your loader. Some useful values that you might want to use. So for example, if you want to keep data really fresh and never have latency for something that's slow, but you want to be really up to date, just set a really low max age and then a decent revalidate period. So 1 and 59 keeps things up to date every minute. For something that maybe updates once a day, like some statistics or something like that, you can set an update period of like an hour, and then a stale-while-revalidate of like 23 hours. Always keep in mind that it's the total time that you can have it be cached for. And then lastly, if you want to simulate static content, like for a blog or something like that, You can have a really low max age, which will keep it fresh for like fixing typos, but then have a really long stale period, like 31 days. So use this to make those API responses that are really slow seem fast. Thanks.